Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over how to get through Leyndell Ashen Capital. This is the second time you'll be entering Leyndell, and I'm going to be giving a full guide on how to do this area. And you're going to fight two bosses in this video. It is Sir Gideon Ofnir, the All-Knowing, and Godfrey, the First Elden Lord, who is also called Horah Loux in his second phase. So whichever you prefer. But yeah, so this is the final area of the game. I will not be finishing the game in this episode, though. I'm gonna be leaving the final boss, the final battle, for like a different video. I'm gonna be making two guides since it's a very difficult battle. So I'm gonna be having two guides, for that boss, or those two bosses. It's two bosses in one, so it's a very difficult fight. So, yeah, I will have to make a separate video on that. But yeah, but I'll be doing all the bosses up until the final boss. So here we are. We're actually already the first boss. And this boss is Sir Gideon Ofnir, the All-Knowing. Now this boss, I'm getting all my buffs on, as you can see, like my Flask of Wondrous Physic and like my boiled crab, all that stuff. You really don't need to worry too much about this boss. I'm not even gonna really give much of a detailed guide. I'm just gonna kind of fight him. And that is because this guy is a joke. He's really easy. And look at him. He just stands there. Look at him. He just stands there, and he lets you get in a ton of hits. As you can see, I'm just spamming Flame of the Redmanes Ash of War here. And look at all that damage. All that damage. Look at that. And he's already dead. And, yeah. As you can see, like, this guy easily gets stun locks, and, like, because he gets stun locked so easily because he just stands there and lets you hit him a few times. So that's why he's so weak. But yeah. So anyway, there we go. Now we got all of his stuff. We got his clothes, his weapon, everything he ever owned. But there we go. All-knowing stuff. But there we go. That's Sir Gideon Ofnir dead. Once again, very easy boss. He's a complete joke, so don't worry about him. That's why I'm not giving an in-depth guide like I usually do, because he really isn't a big deal. So don't worry too much about him, because he is very easy. He's a complete joke. Probably, he is one of the easiest mandatory bosses in the game, if not the easiest mandatory boss in the game. So, very easy. But anyway, from here, we're going to continue on, and we're going to fight the next boss, which is Godfrey the First Elden Lord, or Horah Loux, whichever you prefer. And I'm just gonna kind of show you how to get to him. Now, if you remember when we entered Leyndell when we first entered Leyndell in the game, we actually, this exact same route is used to go to Morgott the Omen King. So if you remember the same route, or remember the same way you got to Morgott the Omen King, and the first time you went to Leyndell, and you after you killed the Shadow of Godfrey and stuff like that, the Shadow version of Godfrey. If you remember that, then you don't really have to pay too much attention to how I show you how to get to Godfrey. But yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, though, that's fine. But just wanted to point that out. But anyway, I just got the Erdtree heal. Yeah, so this thing I just picked up, the Erdtree heal, this incantation, it will heal a crazy amount of your health. It's like heals more than like a flask. It's super powerful. Like it's insanely powerful. Like it heals you, so it heals you by a lot. Like your entire health bar is gonna get filled. If you have like 40 vigor or something, or 50 vigor, like your health is maybe not fully, but it's gonna like almost fully completely like heal you. So it like if your build heavily focuses on like healing and stuff like that, I definitely recommend putting this heal in your build. I know that this isn't late game, so you might have to use some other heals, less powerful heals first. But anyway, so in order to kill the next boss, Godfrey the First Elden Lord, or also known as Horah Loux, we're going to look at our talismans, and we're going to get Shabriri's Woe. Now, if you don't know how to get Shabriri's Woe, I'll have a link in the description on how to get him. And also, we're going to use Mimic Tier Ashes for our Spirit Summon. So that's what we'll be using. Now, Shabriri's Woe actually, it makes enemies target you. It makes enemies like focus on you. It targets their aggression, and they attack you. Now you're probably wondering, why would you do this? You don't want that to happen. This is true, but your Mimic Tier, it's literally a spirit summon of you. It mimics you. So when you summon in your Mimic, it'll have Shabriri's Will equipped, and then once you summon in the Mimic, you can just take off Shabriri's Will, just remove Shabriri's Will, and then only your Mimic will have Shabriri's Will. So then the enemy will only target your Mimic tier. So that's how that works. Now our main weapon will be an Uchigatana with the Flame of the Redmanes Ash of War equipped to it. If you don't know how to get the Flame of the Redmanes or Uchigatana, I'll have that linked in the description below. So that will be our main weapon, and we will be using some spells, pretty rarely, but we'll be using some spells at certain times. But they're not really important. You don't really need the spells. But everything else I mentioned, that's what we'll be using in order to beat Godfrey, the First Elden Lord, also known as Horah Loux in his second phase. But here we go. Let's watch the cutscene here. Pretty cool cutscene. Here's some pretty cool.
It's been a long while.
Scenes. Yeah. This arena where we fight him, it's actually the same room where we fight Morgoth. Yeah, so where we fight Morgoth, this is the same arena where we're gonna fight, where we fought Morgoth. Yeah. It makes sense, since Morgoth's the son of Godfrey, and it kind of makes sense.
Didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Be assured, the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
That's the burned Erd tree.
Alas, I
oh, thanks to
am
Melina.
returned. To be granted audience once more. Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
Alright, here we go. Time to take on Godfrey. So we're gonna send in our Mimic tier Spirit Summon and immediately remove Shabriri's Woe. So that way our Mimic has Shabriri's Woe and we don't. So Godfrey will be focusing on Mimic tier. It doesn't mean that he just won't attack you at all. He will still attack you, but much less. So you won't have to worry about him too much, and if you do attack him, he won't necessarily attack you. He'll still focus on the Mimic tier. It'll have to be a lot more hits before he starts focusing on you, so it's not just like, oh, you hit him once, and now he's like, oh, I've got to go hit you. No, you can still hit him, and he won't be attacking you. As you can see right here, this is perfectly demonstrated with Shabriri's Woe. As you can see, he's not attacking me. I'm hitting him so many times, but Mimic tier is keeping aggro off of me. Now, as you can see, now he's attacking me because I hit him so many times, but there we go. And then one hit from the Mimic tier, and already he's back on Mimic tier, trying to kill the Mimic tier now. So yeah, we should be fine. Keep on using Flame of the Redmanes on him. Super powerful Ash of War. I know it got nerfed recently, but, you know, it's still pretty powerful even after getting nerfed. But alright, here we go. Second phase. Not too bad, right? First phase isn't too bad. Second phase is a little harder, but it's not that bad. We'll be fine.
That will be all. Thou didst me good service, Siraj. I've given thee courtesy enough. Now I fight as Horah Loux. Warrior!
Alright, here we go. Time for Horah Loux. It's his second phase, and he is a little bit different. First of all, he's shirtless and he's covered in blood. So that's it looks kind of weird. But I guess we'll just try to ignore that. Yeah, here we go. His attacks will be a lot more powerful. He's got a lot more of those 360-degree attacks. So those type of attacks, they can still hit you, even if he's focusing on Mimic Tier. Like right now, yeah, this attack here. When he does this attack, just try to maybe dodge roll through it or jump above it. It doesn't do too much damage, thankfully, so if you do get hit by it, it's not the end of the world. And this is late game, so you probably do have a good amount of health and stuff like that. But okay, oh my god, I'm getting hit by this a lot. Alright. Anyway, so Mimic Tier still has aggro on him. We can kind of eat away at that health there. There we go. He's staggered. That's good. That's good to see him staggered. More Flame of the Redmanes. Now he is going to be killing Mimic Tier now. But he is almost dead. Although in his dying, if he has a really low health, in his dying breath, he is going to do a bunch of grab attacks. Cause yeah, this is where he gets really annoying. He's actually not that bad. He's not that difficult. It's only this last part where he's like almost dead. This last part, as Horah Loux, he does a ton of grab attacks. And as you can see, I'm trying to heal right now, right? You can see me trying to heal, desperately trying to heal, and I'm not able to heal because he keeps on grabbing me again and again and throwing me on the ground. So, yeah, be careful about that because it does devastating damage, and I'm like near death constantly. So be careful. But there we go. It was okay. We didn't die to him, and we were able to take him down. There we go. Remembrance of Horah Loux. There it is. And now all we have left is to go through those thorns. When we came to Leyndell the first time, those thorns blocked us from becoming Elden Lord, but now those thorns were burned. And it's time. We're finally back at Leyndell. It's time to enter the Erd Tree. And it's time for the final battle against Radagon of the Golden Order and the Elden Beast. So I'll see you next time where we take on the final boss. I will be doing 2 guides on them. One which is like just a plain guide, and one will have some story to it. So I'll like show the cutscenes and stuff. But the other one will be like a build. One video will be like a good build for that to defeat them, and one will be like an actual like video on me defeating them. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe to see more content. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.